been wondering where that was. Oh, I have it in red too. Oh, hi friends. Welcome to my Not a Sewing video. I'm Emily, the host of Not a Sewing video. I don't know. I know that my channel's called the Misadventures of the Sucky Seamstress, which is kind of what it is. But sometimes I think I should rename it Not a Sewing video or something like that. I don't know. What do you think? Not tea. Powerade. I get migraines just horribly, and they've been getting worse and worse lately, where they wake me up almost every morning. So every morning, and when I say morning, I mean like 4:30 in the morning, I wake up because my head is in so much pain. And I cry, and I reach up on the thing behind. I know you're saying it. This happens. What? This is the second week now this has happened? My headboard. Ha! I remember now. My headboard. Because we have one of those headboards that has space on it for you to put stuff. I have migraine meds and a bottle of water right up behind my head. Just so I can pop pills, drink the water, and then lay there and rub my head while I cry in the dark. And then eventually it starts to go away and I fall asleep again. And, but sometimes I'll wake up again with a headache building. And sometimes I just have been sleeping in, because waking up with a migraine and then laying awake for like an hour waiting for it to go away is exhausting. Like, it's weird, but it's physically exhausting. This is not what we're talking about today. That is just what, whoa, that was really loud. Sorry. I'll tone it down. I'm not going to edit. Oh, hey, little tangent. So a friend of mine asked me, I have a couple of questions that have been asked me over this past week that I think I should answer. A friend of mine asked me why I don't edit. And, you know, I told her, this isn't my life. This is my life. I'm just sharing a little piece of my life with y'all. And she said, so do you really not edit at all? So I edit like this much. Can you see that? Like this much, you guys. I do. Technically, I edit like this much. But I have lots of friends who make videos on YouTube. I call them friends, but they're really friends in my head. I only have like 2 friends that I know personally and can call friends, but the rest of them are my friends in my head that I know take hours, maybe even days, to edit their videos, to fix the sound, to insert pictures, to splice video, to do all of the things it takes. And that's great. Some of them get paid for it. Some of them are trying to get paid for it. Some of them, that is the special content that they want to put out, and I am here for them. I'm enjoying it. Good job on your editing, everyone. I don't know how to do most of that, and I just graduated from college, as y'all know, and I don't want to learn right now. Learning is not a thing I want to do for a while. At least that doesn't interest me, and I'm tired of being forced to learn things that don't interest me. College. So, the editing I do takes roughly 5 minutes. When I first started these videos, someone said, you know, it'd be really nice if your video had some background music. So I throw in some, what do you call it, duty-free? I don't know. Open background music that's available to everyone. Throw it in the background, and then sometimes I fix the lighting, because if you haven't noticed, the lighting is really crappy. Even though I have a ring light, but it's tiny and cheap and my phone barely fits in it. I am considering upgrading my lighting just because even I can see right now, staring into the camera, and I can see right here, this is good lighting. That's not bad. Ooh, my skin looks amazing. Oh, my dimple does not. Dimple. No dimple. Dimple. Barely. I also have one down here. Dimple. No dimple. Dimple. No dimple. Like a lopsided Cabbage Patch Kid. Anyway. What was I talking about? The lighting. I've been considering better lighting. And a new phone. But, you know, lots of things. Powerade. I'm trying to beef up my electrolytes during the day, drink more water and more electrolytes. So, and it's really warm. It's really warm. In fact, if you see my hair blowing in an invisible breeze, it's not invisible. I have a fan right here that's usually blowing that way at the couch, but I turned it so it's blowing this way at me because it's hot here. Okay. Don't tip over. Don't tip over. Okay. I'm in the middle of trying to find things so I can do stuff. I need to make a Colonial era corset because the one that I have had that I badly made over 5 years ago not only no longer fits, but was badly made and has at least 2 worn out places where the bones came through and are sticking me, and it was whoa, what just happened? Why does my phone do that? It like zoomed in on me. It's creepy, guys. It's creepy. Phone is creepy. Creepy, creepy phone. Okay, so at one point in time, for a sew-along with a local cosplayer who I love, but whose name escapes me at this moment. I will have to post it later. She hosts these monthly sew-alongs sometimes, and she was doing Colonial era corset from Red Threaded. And you could buy a packet from Red Threaded that has the pattern, the boning, the fabric, like everything you need to make your own corset. So I bought this and followed the sew-along for about 4 days and then got really busy with school and wasn't able to do much more. That pattern with all of those supplies is in a clear plastic bag in my house somewhere. And I have been digging everywhere trying to find it. Crying. I was crying earlier because my life is such a mess. I'm so unorganized. I keep saying I'm going to organize it, but then I get really overwhelmed, throw everything in a corner so that I can see the floor. So someday, I keep telling handsome hubby, someday I'm going to throw money at a professional organizer and tell them, here is my house. I'm leaving now. Call me when you're done. I keep thinking, daydreaming that like Home Edit finds out about me and it's like, yes, we would love to organize your sewing room and bedroom / hallway / computer room monstrosity of a mess. But then in my daydream, this is my daydream, by the way, which I am in full control of, they get really anxious and overwhelmed by the mess and they leave halfway through. So, sorry, bra strap. It happens. What? I have really slopey shoulders. They're very slopey. It's really hard to keep things with straps on my shoulders. It's partially why I safety pin a lot of things. Like if you're ever seeing me with something with straps and you notice a little glint up here, that's probably because I've safety pinned it to my shirt or whatever. Sobe shoulders, bra straps, tangent. Anyway, I did, however, find my 16th century half bone stays by J.P. Ryan, which I have never made, but I have the pattern for, and I know J.P. Ryan patterns are applauded in the historical costuming community. The fact that they're half boned, I'm a full boned woman. Like, I need full boned corsets. The one time I had a corset made, I asked her if she could throw extra, the extra real good steel boning in a couple of places and paid the extra for it, because when you're a bit bigger, you need more help to keep all the things where the things are going to go. For 18th century, the things are going to smush and go this way and kind of become a conical shape. Interesting tidbit for those not in the know. From the late 15th century, so that's like 1480s on, through like the 1790s, when transition dresses started to come into fashion, transitioning to the more Regency era silhouette that we know. Stays, which is what they were called back then, were conical shaped. So you can see how they're kind of conical shaped. And what they did is they smooshed the bosoms in so that you just had these two little bumps at the top, and everything else made a smooth conical shape down to the waist. And then the skirts, you know, dramatically, whoa, Elizabethan, whoa. Tudor was a real nice A-line, and then Elizabethan, whoa. And 16th century, whoa. And 18th century, whoa. And then I guess someone along the line said, maybe we should cup the boobs and go with a more natural body shape. I don't know who said that, but they were onto something, I think. I also found this old pattern I bought from somewhere, Period Impressions, that has the little pockets, the 18th century pockets. It also has some patterns for caps, but the pockets are what I'm interested in. Now, I know pockets are super easy, but as I know I've stated before, I need patterns. I don't know how to self-pattern. It makes me nervous. I can't do math. So having a pattern, even if I'm planning to alter it, having a pattern to go off of is just, it's a need, not a want. Also, while I was digging around, I found this, which is this huge chunk of handkerchief weight linen that I forgot that I had because my life is a mess. Handkerchief weight linen is, it's, I don't know how to describe it. It's regular white linen, but it's a little bit lighter. It's hard to tell. It's a little bit thinner. It's got a much softer weave. And I got this several years ago from fabricstore.com, I believe. People who sell the linen. Yeah, I think that's Fabric Store. And have yet to do anything with it. I mean, it looks like I haven't cut any off of it. So since I need new everything, I was excited to find this because I can make a whole new chemise. I'll make my pocket out of this. I do have panniers, but what I don't have is the kind of bump pillow for the Polonaise dresses that they wore. So could use that for that. I do have my linen cap that I know I showed you guys that I bought at the Colonial Festival. I randomly wear it around the house. I'm not really sure why. It gives me a housewifey feeling, which in today's day and age is probably not the best thing to say. But yeah, sometimes I make believe I'm, a historical housewife, and I'm trying to get all the chores done before my rugged husband comes home from the hunt. Which involves my husband walking through the door with takeout. I don't know. It's silly nonsense and fluff. Sometimes some of us who are job hunting and are at home all day and don't have school anymore, yay, and are basically a stay-at-home dog mom, and hates cleaning their house and knows that now they have zero excuse to not clean their house. Sometimes we go a little stir crazy. So that's why I dress up and stuff. In fact, my husband sometimes will come home and be like, why is this hat on the table? Because you'd think in this mess he wouldn't notice. But he does sometimes. And I'll be like, oh, this hat? I had to get it out for a reason. And that reason was certainly not that I was pretending to be a 1950s bride waiting for her grand car to pick her up. That was certainly not what was going on. And I certainly did not have my flower crown out because I was being a hobbit. No, that was not it either. Nope, those were out for other reasons and things and stuff. So yes, trying to remember what else I had to say. Oh, I'll also be making a 18th century dress because the first week in October, handsome hubby and I are going to Colonial Williamsburg for our 10th wedding anniversary. I'm super excited. We have both been there before. I was 12, maybe even 10, and he was even younger. And so both of us, we barely remember it, and I just know that I'll appreciate it so much more now. As much as I would love to dress up in Colonial every day and just have a whole Colonial Williamsburg Colonial trip, I haven't had the time or the money to put together something like that. And, I still have some depression about my bigger self that I'm working on. And so the idea of taking out one of the beautiful fabrics that I've been saving for a beautiful Colonial dress and making it in this size has been hard for me. Now, as you all know, I'm working on that. I am planning to just cut into some of my favorite fabrics this fall and go to town making fabulous outfits that fit this physique. Because this physique is me, and that's fabulous, and I can wear what I want, and I can look how I choose, and I can costume and whatever, and I can cosplay and whoever, and that's because cosplay is for everybody and everybody. It's my new hashtag, spread around like wildfire. But I do have a lovely cotton print that I will be turning into, middle, lower class-ish Colonial dress. Very simple. Um, can't remember. There's so many names for 18th century dresses or outfits, whatever you want to call them. I mean, you know, we all know the sack back gown, but it's also the francaise, whatever, that has the big long drapey part in the back. But then there's also another name for that version when it's shorter, and then there's also a name for very short tops and lower tops, and the polonaise, which comes up, and then there's like 6 or 7 different names for things you have to know. The dress I'm planning on, very simple, just little, you know, simple basic waist, basic skirt, very pretty, can wear my little ruffly top. I was thinking of taking a hat. I do have somewhere a very nice 18th century hat blank, but I don't think I want to worry about packing a hat in my luggage. And I was thinking, I bet there's going to be hats for sale there. You know, I have no idea. I don't recall what all is sold at Colonial Williamsburg, but I'm betting plenty of historical costume pieces. So, we'll see. I haven't decided on the hat yet. And as for Handsome Hubby, he has some breeches and a simple linen shirt and a vest, 18th century vest, and a tricorn hat. And so we're going to dress up for one day. One day we're going to dress up and take pictures and be all, yay, Colonial. I'm hoping in the future to do a dress up visit with friends. I think that would be really fun. I think it would be fun to do it where you're different things multiple days. So like one day we dress up and we're working class. One day we're middle class. One day we're upper class. And maybe there's a ball and maybe blah, 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 blah. I don't want to get into it, but I do know where colonial era feelings about the colonial era can lie. Would like to say right now, not a supporter. I am a grand supporter of vintage, or how does it go? Vintage styles, not vintage values. Same thing for antique styles, not antique values. Historical styles, not historical values. I would like to think anyone who has watched my videos or met me would know that. But just to make sure, just so you know, historical styles, not historical values. Despite putting the ruffled cap on my head and running around the house like a housewife. Okay, so trip first week of October. We'll be there on our actual wedding anniversary, which I am so excited about. I still need to, I think I'm just going to call Colonial Williamsburg. I'm sure there's like a customer service number I can call because I want to ask about maybe if it's possible or allowed, I don't know, to rent a photographer for like an hour or something one of the days, maybe on our actual anniversary, to take pictures of us while we're there. Not the dressed up pictures, like nice coupley pictures for us to have, 10-year anniversary portrait. And I also want to know if the leaves are going to be turning by then. And I also want to know about the restaurants because I want somewhere amazing for our anniversary. And I've got to figure out what days we want to like drive to Jamestown. Husband insists on Busch Gardens, so we have to go to Busch Gardens one of the days. I think that's going to be Wednesday. I'm not sure. Don't show up and kill me. don't do it. Yeah, I'm excited for this trip. But that means that on top of cleaning, organizing house, trying to find everything, job hunting, I'm also going to be making a corset, which I hate doing. And I'm going to be making a dress, which I hate doing. And if by some magical sense, I can get those two things done before the end of the month, I have like a list of 50 million things I want to get done. I have packed up most of my spring and summer projects, except for 2 that were unfinished that I just wanted to get done. I just want them to be done. Yes, the green dress is one of them. I want it to be done. And then I pulled out a bunch of fall and winter projects that I'm excited about. I'm only adding in like a few. I'm only sprinkling in a few new ones, like 2, maybe 3 tops, because I want to actually finish what I'd started or what I planned on in years before. I keep burping. Can you hear that? I hope not. I'm trying to just talk through it. They're like little baby burps. Why are you baby burping through? Why? Is it the drink? Why would my drink cause baby burps? That's so weird and random. Anywho, we're also still trying to figure out what to do with George. George is my puppy, which I'm sure many of you have met him in previous videos. And he's also like my kid. And I have like one friend who has watched him on short periods of time, but her dog likes to bully him. And so unless she's home watching them, I don't like the idea of him being bullied by her dog. So I don't know. We'll see. I have a couple of other friends, but they've never offered to watch him when I've asked if anyone's available to watch him. So I might have to go through a pet watching service because I don't know what else to do. I need to know that he's being taken care of. Before the pandemic, we went on a trip and he was being watched. And the lovely girl who watched him through Rover sent me pictures and let me know how he's doing on a daily basis. So that might have to do. It can get kind of expensive, especially when you're already paying for a trip, but we'll see. So random insights into my life. Let's see. So random insights into my life. No sewing was done. Talked about the fabric, the projects, the hat. I think I'm done. I think I actually remembered everything for this week's video. That doesn't happen. I don't share that with you, but that almost never happens. I almost always push stop and then think of something I had wanted to say or find it written down on my phone. Yes, you just witnessed me looking around for my phone. You are being recorded by my phone right now. Do you ever do that? Yeah, that's embarrassing. Wow. Okay then. So thank you for watching this week's video. Next week, let's hope I have a corset to show you. That's my goal. My goal is next week's video to have a corset to show you. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna happen. That's what I'm gonna do. Pinky promise.